What's up, Pro Pack? So today we're going to do things a little bit different. There was something pretty traumatic. Some of you might already know this because Zashia was comfortable enough to share it on her story.
Yep.
Not too long ago. But there was something very traumatic that happened in our family's life, more particularly Zashia. And we wanted to share that with you. Actually, she did.
I am really adamant about sharing this type of information because I feel like, we feel connected to you and I hope you guys feel connected to us. And when something happens to someone that you care about, it's more real because we hear a lot of news and like, man, that sucks, or man, that's really happening, but that would never happen to me.
Yeah.
When you feel like it's like someone that you know that it happened to, I feel like it hits you harder and you take it more seriously.
Yeah, and you can help like defend against these things.
And be more aware and alert and just aware of your surroundings and possibly, do something to prevent that happening to you or someone that you love.
So for those of you that don't know, real quick, right before we get started, Zashia, she almost got kidnapped or abducted or taken. I don't know. We don't really know what was gonna happen. But there were things that she was able to do to prevent it from happening, which we are extremely proud of her for. And there are definitely a lot of things to learn from it. So we're gonna share that with you guys just because we want everyone to be safe.
As many people that we can reach as possible, we want to do that because it's not about social media. It's about being aware and knowing and being more alert. You know what I'm saying? So I may or may not get emotional. I know a lot of you have.
And it's a lot. It's a lot. And I definitely appreciate you, going through it and telling people and, because it is a very emotional thing for her.
A lot of you have been asking me and checking up on me, and I appreciate that. I really do. I know you guys care. So we'll talk a little bit more about like what I'm doing to recover.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Guys, again, I just wanted to, thank Zashia in front of everybody for like literally sharing this because we had a discussion before, we decided to put this video out because as much as, she wants to help and we want to spread awareness for certain situations like this, like being kidnapped and abducted or whatever, it's still a very hard thing. Like she's going through counseling still and things like that. So, it takes a lot to even talk about it.
I can like really get into detail. Like I feel like every time I even talk to you, like I can only go a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll go into detail, whatever, and then you'll just start asking me, but did this or that or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I can't. All right. I'm done. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So that's the kind of stuff that like I'm going through. I really can only talk about it so much. I feel like, look, I told you already. Leave me alone.
Okay, so it was about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
It was July 7th.
July 7th.
Literally,
Okay, so July 7th, just a snapshot in that day. It was hectic. All right, we were trying to move. Hectic. We got this house. I'm doing the paintings, floor, having to manage certain people that are coming to help us. She's packing up the other house. She's also trying to buy furniture from OfferUp and different places like that and pick it up and bring it over. We're trying to document
teamwork
as much as we can.
Yeah. Exactly. We're trying to document for you guys,
And the houses aren't very close to each other. We're about 45 minutes depending on traffic. Away from the other house. So if I'm here working on this, then she's there packing up, and
so much going on. And then Kai Kai's birthday was the day after. Like Kai Kai's birthday was literally like, the next day. We wanted to make sure we're like ready for that. It was so much, and
so Zashia, she was actually really active in going to get like furniture and stuff like that. She was back and forth, knocking it out. He was definitely turning down all of my
couch suggestions.
Yeah, and then we end up getting the hardest couch.
Whatever, bro. You
we know
was
this.
the only one you like.
My butt hurts right now.
I don't care.
It's nice though. It looks good on camera.
Yeah. So I ended up going on to OfferUp and finding like a love sack for really cheap because they're expensive.
I think it's like $1,000.
Yeah, so I found
so
one.
So we got one for the low.
Yeah, we found one for like $150 and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that. And it ended up being like an hour away. So I decided to take the truck and make that drive. The guy was really nice or whatever. I went and I stopped, I got it. He helped me pat, his son helped me pat. His son was actually a subscriber.
Oh really?
Yeah. His one, he was like, oh, I know you. I'm like, oh shoot, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so he helped me load it in, and then I left, and I realized that like, oh, I have to go get this table set. You know, maybe I can fit it in the back altogether.
Yeah, it's actually the dining set that we have in the dining room. If you saw the furnished house tour, it's literally that same one. So we did end up getting it. We didn't let the
I just ended up picking it
demons.
up. I think like 2 days later, she still had it. But anyway, so I pulled over to this like food mart type of place.
Wait, like how sketchy was it? Like from 1 to 10 on this sketchiness scale.
It looked clean, but it was deserted. You know what I'm saying? Like there was one other car there, and it was in the middle of the desert. Like obviously,
and it was an hour away
California.
from your house.
Yeah, exactly. We're like in California, so it was in the middle of the desert. Nothing but mountains and everything around. It was the only store really in the area.
And there's no like foot traffic. No one. Really around.
No. It's literally just right off the highway.
Okay.
So I pull up. It was my fault. It's probably like a 7 sketch scale to answer your question. But I pull up, and side note, I've been taking like self-defense classes and stuff non-stop, you know, because I just feel like, and every woman should, hopefully you're never put in this situation, to use it, but you should know how to protect yourself, how to protect your kids, how to protect everyone around you, just in case, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not a normal thing to take gun classes. It's not a normal thing to take self-defense classes, you know what I'm saying? So we should make it a normal thing. It should be very normal.
You know, a lot of times, you know, we go around, especially because, you know, we live in America.
We think we got it.
And we just
got it
feel
like that.
protected at all times, but that's not the case. It's just kind of the illusion of protection because, you know,
people don't care.
How long does it take, you know, for a police officer to come? Someone goes to try and rob you or take you or whatever. There's nobody there but you and what you know.
Exactly.
You know, so don't let that false sense of security, you know, make you feel so comfortable that you don't go and try and do things to protect yourself and your family. And that's what, you know, she did.
I'm 5'2".
What? Let's run a couple clips actually, because you were doing gun courses. You were doing hand-to-hand combat courses and things like that, you know, just making them put you in uncomfortable situations like what happened weeks later.
Right.
Your weapon! A gun in the fight. There you go. 2 guns is better than 1.
Hey guys, keep it serious. It's not a game.
I need you to take your weapon out of your holster and put it on the ground. Alright? Let me see your hands. Going through, first room was cleared, second room had a person standing in it towards the wall. He did have a weapon in his holster.
Shoot day, range day. Hopefully we don't kill nobody.
Yeah, and that stuff was like actually really intense. You know, for her, she was telling me about it. It was really nerve-wracking, but that's the point.
These are military grade. Like these guys are all, you know, veterans. And my brother June, he's worked with them. My brother, he was in freaking Secret Service for 9 years. So if he trusts anyone, he trusts them. I was like, okay, cool.
The point is to make you uncomfortable. You know,
they really put it on me.
Yeah.
They really did. They were just like, this is a real scenario. They didn't like, oh, she's little, we're gonna take it light on her. Heck no. They were like, all right, get out.
Had you going up against guys and everything.
Yeah.
So back to the story. You.
So that being said, I had, because I was going to somewhere unknown, I was gonna go pick up a beanbag. I had my taser gun that I am certified to use. It is, you know, law enforcement taser gun. It looks like a gun, and I had it in my back pant.
So real quick, there's 2 lessons already. Okay, so first of all, the first lesson is be aware of your surroundings. She said from 1 to 10, it was a 7 on the sketchiness scale. So that should automatically be the first flag, where it's
Right.
like, if something feels like that to you, you observe that, steer clear of it. You know,
Right,
it's
one.
never, yeah. So that's the first lesson. The second is being prepared at all times. This was her idea to carry that on her that day. She
You
didn't
have to
know.
be
She
prepared.
didn't know that she was gonna go to a sketchy
No,
place.
I
She
didn't.
just was prepared for anything,
I
and she
100%
carried it on
right.
her back. So that's the second lesson that's extremely important, is to just be prepared for anything at any time. So
I
yeah.
100% of the time have something on me, whether it be a knife, whether it be the taser. Always, always. When I leave this house, even when I'm in this house, they see me. I have the knife on my side or whatever. Like, I constantly have something on me because you never know. Someone can break in right now and you need to be prepared. So just, I may be a little bit more paranoid than others, but that's the lesson. Yeah. Anyway, I pull up to this place so that I can move the, chair, the beanbag closer to
Is it like a
the
gas
front.
station?
It was a gas station.
There's a gas station.
It was like a couple of pumps though. It wasn't like full service or
So
whatever.
really on some like hills have eyes type crap is what I'm
Yeah,
imagining.
basically,
like,
but during the day.
like one guy that works behind the register that has no teeth.
There was
and
literally
laughs at
one
everything.
lady behind the register, and she looked sketch too. So I hop into the trunk of the Suburban, which is like freaking long, right? And I start pushing this big bean bag into the car
To
or
make
whatever.
room for the
To
table
make
that you're
room
about
for
to
the
get.
table, exactly. And I have freaking like a little like music playing and stuff like that. I was so just not aware of my surroundings at all whatsoever. And that's what upsets me the most, is that I wasn't, and I usually am. So I didn't see that this man was on me, about to freaking pull me out of the car. Mind you, I am like really in this truck. Like he needed to get in there.
I mean,
you know
to
what I'm
your
saying?
defense, I mean, there's not much you could do. You could have obviously, looked around before you got in the truck.
I did.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So my
Oh my
point
God.
is there's not much you could have done, because once you're in there and you're pushing it, I mean,
I just shouldn't
you
have been
can't-
in that situation. Like I shouldn't have stopped. But whatever. I'm not
Hindsight's 20/20.
over
It's-
beating myself up about it.
yeah. So you're pushing the bean bag,
And he goes to literally, he grabs my arm here, my forearm.
and you're on your hands and knees in the
Yeah,
back
yeah.
of the Suburban, deep inside of the Suburban.
I'm literally deep in the Suburban, pushing it back, and all I feel is someone grab me. And next thing you know, I'm
from
being
the back, like from the trunk. He comes in from the trunk.
Next thing you know, I'm being flung out of the freaking car. So now, going from like facing the front of the car, this is the back of the car, I'm now turned around completely, and now I'm facing this freaking 6 foot, God knows what, muscly ass white dude, right? And I'm on my ass. Excuse my language. Okay. So basically, God, I swear it's okay. So basically, I am on my ass, and he's like trying to like drag me, and this is all within like 5 seconds, right? Because obviously I am a little person, he is a big person. He's dragging me without a problem, but I'm just trying to put all my weight down, and I am screaming at the top of my freaking lungs because I just, like, I didn't know what else to do at that moment, because I'm like, I can't grab anything because I'm trying to like weigh myself down so he doesn't take it. I'm yelling, I'm screaming.
That's another lesson too, guys. A lot of people are afraid to scream.
Hell no.
A lot of people become afraid to scream. Some people are afraid to offend someone. They're afraid to be loud, to
You
yell.
literally scream like it's the last thing you'll ever say, because it might be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you scream. And it's so crazy because like I felt like I was watching myself. Like I feel like I can see myself being taken. Like I can see myself out of body being taken, and I could not hear myself scream. Like, it is the most scariest thing, because I felt like I couldn't yell loud enough. Like, it wasn't coming out loud enough. And I'm like, bro, I know how to yell. I know I'm screaming. But it just wasn't. And it was the most scariest feeling. So at that moment, I'm like, all right, I have no choice but to let him lift me up. You know what I'm saying? So
That's another thing. You have the presence of mind. A lot of people shut down. They don't think. They just panic and they...
But I feel like, taking those classes really, like, it's like second nature now, you know, like it's anything happens, you stop, you think. Everything's in slow motion. If obviously it was in like 5-10 seconds, but in your mind everything is just so slow. So it's like I let him lift me up so that I can grab my taser out of my back, and I lift it up, and as soon as he sees it, he lets my arm go, and it's like he almost freezes, and I yell taser, and I point it at him, and he runs running. He takes off running to my right hand side. Mind you, while he's taking me, there's another guy running towards me from out of nowhere, because like I said, coming up there was no one there. There was one car and he wasn't, you know what I'm saying, like nowhere near it, and I'm just like, where the hell did he come from?
So you have the presence of mind, first of all, which is incredible, to say, all right, I'm on my butt, I need to be able to get my taser, so I have to let him pull me up a little bit. So as he's dragging you, you come up to your feet. As you're doing that,
I come up to almost like, because he almost stands me up, so like my legs are like, I'm like this on the ground, and then he lifts me up to like about like almost, you know what I'm saying, so I fall back down on my back. So
not only, there's a whole nother lesson, there's so many lessons. You remembered that you had the taser. Not only did you remember that, you then had a plan as it's happening. Because mind you, all this happened in the span of a second or two, right? It wasn't like 10-second struggle. It was literally a couple seconds from when she's safe in her Suburban till she has to bring her taser out. It's what, like 2 seconds?
I don't even know. Barely.
So you have the presence of mind to get up to your feet, grab the taser out. Now, whenever you bring it out, I think, you know, his immediate reaction is probably a gun. Most people don't have gun tasers. Right. So
he definitely thought it was a gun.
It's probably a gun. And even though you yelled taser, he was already letting you go and gone as you yelled that. So,
because at the end of the day, that you don't want to get hit by that thing.
Get hit by a taser. No,
you're going straight to the floor.
The thing is, these people, they prey on defenseless people, women, children, people that are absolutely defenseless. That is what they prey off of. So as soon as you show that you're not defenseless,
that's it.
Do you know what I mean? That's it. And that's exactly what you did. And I'm so proud of you for doing that, for keeping your composure. And I mean, this guy is 2-3 times your size in weight, and you made him run away like a little girl. He was scared. You did that. Being 5 foot.
Thank you.
What are you, 5'4"?
2.
5'2".
Don't judge me.
I'm just saying, 5'2", this guy was 6 feet, and I mean, you said he was a white guy, he had a tattoo.
Yeah, he had a tattoo of a cross that was like outlined. That was like the only tattoo he had. It was on his shoulder, and then like he had like a long like pepper beard.
You remember all these details?
I can literally tell you like everything. If I ever see him again, for sure, not a problem. If I ever see him in a lineup or anything, I'll be like, oh yeah, no, that's him for sure.
As the guy leaves, you know, you chase the one guy away, there's another guy that's coming to.
He was actually running over as he was pulling me, because like, you know, there's a situation, I see him running, but I was terrified. So the moment I pointed at this guy and he runs off, I immediately turn and pointed at the other guy, because I don't know you. I don't know you from him. Like, you are a complete stranger to me. So back the F up, back up. He's like, no. I was gonna come help, call the police or whatever. I'm like, okay, then do that over there. I don't need your help. I'm good. And
that's another lesson. Always be
you
on
don't
guard.
know anyone.
Even when you feel like the threat is over. Even when you feel the threat is over, be on guard. A lot of times this happens in like house robberies, right? A lot of people rob houses in twos.
Yeah,
okay, so you
very rarely does a person rob by themselves.
You might see somebody in your kitchen or living room. Now immediately you're panicking. That's the threat. You might have a weapon, you might have whatever, and that person drops his weapon or he's on the ground, and you are so scared and you're so focused on this person, you're not aware of everything else. And someone else can come up behind you because you thought that was the only threat.
You thought that you found the only target.
Yeah. So for you, I think that was another. You could have allowed this guy to run up to you thinking he was just trying to help you, even though he was saying that. Started crying, please help me, and he could have taken your taser from you, and you would have been in a worse position than before because now it's two guys.
Right.
And you have no weapon. So that's
Yeah.
another lesson there too. Which you did everything correctly.
Thank you. The police ended up coming. I ended up getting a police report, and then the clerk came out when the police came. And honestly, if I'm speaking from my experience, the way everything felt, I honestly felt like it was a situation where everyone was in on it. And I don't know if I was because I was traumatized, or if because I'm on edge, or I'm I've constantly feeling that because it just happened. But the girl came out when the cops got here. You didn't hear me screaming the entire time. The cop on top of that, first of all, came too quickly. I've experienced a lot in LA, and cops don't come that quickly. No offense to any police officers, they just have a lot on their plate, or whatever's going on. There's more important things going on than I'm okay.
Did the cop come?
I would say it was a 3 to 5 minute wait. It was insane.
That's ridiculous.
It's insane. No, it was ridiculous. I'm in the middle of nowhere and you're right there. No, I'm sorry. And then he was just yeah, okay, what else? Okay, cool. Not caring at all. I had to force a description onto him. He didn't ask me any of these questions. I'm are you gonna take a description? Are you gonna, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's good to be overly cautious and assume that these people, maybe it was set up. Trafficking situations are real. Girls, women get set up. I've heard people throw whole parties, fake parties, and invite a group of girls, but everyone there is a part of it, and
so
that happens. So to say maybe they were in on it, maybe they weren't, but to always be aware and to say that it's very possible that this police officer and that this clerk, we're just gonna let this thing happen. And that's realistic.
If you, like me, go and get your taser license or whatever, you are well within your rights to have that taser on you 24/7, no matter where you are. You know what I'm saying? If you are certified, the cop asked me, okay, you can go ahead and put your weapon away. I said, no, sir, I'm sorry. I don't feel safe right now. I don't feel comfortable right now, so I'm gonna hold it if that's okay. He's like, you can. He actually asked me for it, and I was like, no. I know my rights. I'm allowed to hold this. I'm gonna hold on to it. And he didn't argue with me or anything, which is good. But it was such an uncomfortable situation.
So the guy that was pulling you, as he was pulling you, where was he? Do you know if he was trying to take you somewhere? Was there any car, a van,
There was only one car there. There was literally only one tiny little car there, and I honestly, I don't even know where he ran off into the freaking desert. I'm okay, let's put two and two together. Where the heck were you gonna take me if not that car? You know what I'm saying? And then the other guy drives off in that car. No, it doesn't make any sense unless someone was gonna, drive and scoop me up or something. I don't know. I don't know.
The thing is, at the end of the day, everything that you did, it was what you did that you're here right now able to tell the story. ProPack, this could have been a traumatic experience for the entire family. While it still was very traumatizing for Zashia, I think we all know it could have been much worse. Our kids could have been left without a mother, and that's the worst thing that could have happened. And that's not the case. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, sadly, that's their story. That's what ends up happening to them. 1 minute they're out running an errand, and the next you don't hear from them again. And that's not the case in this situation because of everything you did to make sure that you were prepared, and you were. And ProPack, we're telling you all of this just to make sure you guys understand that it can happen to anybody, and the best thing that you can do for yourself, for the people that you care about, is protect yourself.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave the link in the description below of the classes that I took so that you know you have something to go on. There is other places. I'm sure you just Google, if you're not in California, if you're not in LA, you know, you just Google it, nearest me, self-defense courses, gun courses nearest me. Look
It
at
can
their
be
reviews
it can
and
be a
stuff.
little expensive, but I'm telling you, you can't put a price on your safety. You really can't.
Yeah, I did not like paying for the classes, but I rather, you know, be a little tight than my kids not having a mom. And guys, for everyone that's asking, I am taking counseling once a week. I'm kind of like testing out counselors right now. I need you to know that that is nothing to be ashamed of. I am getting the help that I need because mentally, like as much as Josh is here for me, as much as my mother is here, as much as my sisters are here, my family, professionally, they don't know what to tell me in order to get me through what I'm going through. So if you're going through something, if something like this has happened to you, or if anything has happened where it's just, you know, mentally stressful, you take that counseling. And a lot of the times there are counselors that do it for free. You know what I'm saying? Or buy your insurance or whatever. So just take advantage of that. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm right here with you. But yeah, I think that's it.
But guys, that's you know, that's pretty much it. I'm just really proud of Zashia, and I'm happy we're able to sit here together and continue bringing you guys great content and continue living our lives as the beautiful family that we have. And it's all because of her and what she was able to do. I wish that I was there. You know, it's very...
Yeah, I called Josh right after and he was just like, yeah.
That's why you can't rely on somebody else. You gotta rely on yourself at the end of the day, because I can be there 9 times out of 10, but it's that one time that they see that no one is there.
Right.
No one is protecting you. And it doesn't even have to be a woman. Obviously, women and children are easy prey, but you know, men,
I'm having
defend
Isaiah.
yourself as
Isaiah's
well.
gonna be taking those classes too. So guys, just, you know, protect yourself. We love you and stay safe. All right. Hope this video wasn't too long.